Hi,
Hi, everybody. Hi.
welcome, Luca.
Welcome to our stream.
Good
Good
morning,
morning. Hi,
Luca.
Luca.
Fantastic. All right. If you are just joining us, please introduce yourself and tell us what are your favorite topics of conversation.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, if
Um,
we don't know you, tell us where you're from, what's your name. We
yeah,
should
introduce yourself.
usually recognize it from the username, but that's
Mhm.
not always the case. Yesterday, I had a webinar with someone who had a weird acronym instead.
Yeah, yeah.
Woo!
Ah,
It's 10 a.m.
nice.
on a Friday morning. Woo!
Yeah, good morning, Friday morning. Wow. Okay, so introduce yourself. Let us know what you like to talk about. And Erin, what is your favorite topic of conversation?
Ooh, that's a difficult one. Usually either films or TV series. I love discussing theories about characters if the TV series isn't finished yet. Everybody has their own opinion on what is good and what is bad, so it's always great to hear. Especially if it's like Oscar season, it's always great to
Oh,
talk about what is worthy of an Oscar and what isn't. Or past the Oscar season if they deserve the Oscars or not. Have you seen any of the films who won an Oscar?
ever in the past?
No, no, no. But the ones this year. Have you seen any of the ones?
No, I haven't really been going to the cinema for some reason. Not I wasn't really interested this year in any of the movies that were released, so
Not at all.
no. I mean, the newest movie by Quentin Tarantino, I found a bit interesting, but I didn't see it. So
Mm,
Boston
yeah,
Hollywood, I think it was called.
it was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Ah, there you go. Okay, see, that's how much I know. Um,
What
and
about you, Luca? What do you like to talk about? Say you meet
yeah.
someone new on, I don't know. Say you meet someone on the train and you don't really know what to talk about. What would
Mhm.
you what would you talk about?
Yeah, what's your first topic that you try to discuss? I personally prefer to talk about culture.
Hmm.
So I love to learn little things and to share little things about different cultures. Um,
Interesting.
Slang, for example. I have a good friend named Catherine who lives in Australia, and she
Hmm.
teaches me Australian slang,
Amazing.
and it's amazing. For example, they call the liquor store, so the store that you go to buy alcohol, they call the bottle shop, and
Bottle shop.
the bottle shop, and the slang is the bottle.
Oh, that's amazing.
The bottle is what they call the liquor store. Okay, Luca. Yeah.
Talking
Okay.
about artwork, or works of art.
Well, works of art. Nice. Do you have
Nice.
any? Do you have a favorite artist, a favorite painter, Luca? Um, I am partial to Tiziano or Caravaggio. I like some of the Dutch masters as well. I really like Monet. Obviously, I'm a fan of Impressionism, and I'm a big fan of Romanticism, which is quite a beautiful movement of artwork.
Yeah, that's great. I really like
Great.
Van Gogh or Van Gogh or Van Gogh. I don't
Yeah,
know. What is
I
the correct pronunciation?
it I have no idea, honestly. We say Van Gogh in English.
Hmm.
I okay. By the way, welcome. If you are just joining us, please introduce yourselves in the comment section and let us know what your favorite topic of conversation is. Oh, okay, di cerchio. Nice. Good taste. Ooh, yeah. Really, really good. We could have a chat sometime about art if you like, Luca. If I see you in school and we have some free time or at an event, let's have a chat about some art. I think that would be a good conversation.
Yes, have a chat with Kate because I have no idea who these people are.
Have you ever been to the Uffizi Gallery, Aaron?
I have been to the Uffizi Gallery, but I didn't have a guide per se, and so I just walked around being like, "Whoa, this is pretty." But I really didn't have any idea what I was looking at, especially because we went there and it was just before closing time, so we had maybe 1 hour to go around the whole thing. So it was a real speed run of the Uffizi Gallery.
Nightmare difficulty and just running through the Uffizi.
And I was there with a friend, and she has a cousin who studied there art history. So she went to, so he came with us around the gallery saying like, oh, this is such and such. This was painted here. Next one.
Yeah, so he went so quickly you can't remember anything that he says.
Oh, not really. No, not at all. Like, look at that one over there. That's something painting. Oh, wow, great. Now let's move over here. And so, yeah, it was really great.
Yeah. I've been to the Uffizi twice as well. I spent 4 hours there each time. And the first time I went, they had a special exhibit on Michelangelo.
Wow.
And it was really nice. And then the second time I went, they had a special medieval exhibit actually on medieval weapons and armor. And the different, it was amazing. And the different like records, historical records that we've been able to recover and translate of different like knighthoods and soldiers and infantry in the medieval age. So
the types of infantry, or like the knights and the families and the sigils and the
like the knights, the families, like the actual payrolls and what was expected of them, like their duties, their armor. There were suits of armor, weapons on display. It was quite cool. So.
Because I suppose at the time you didn't really have a standard set of armor, you just bought your own.
Yeah, yeah, there was no, it was not issued because there was no central authority to do that. Okay, yeah. I've never been to the Vatican Museum. I've only been to Rome 3 times. I'm in love with Rome. I'm totally in love, but I've never been to the Vatican actually. And you?
I've been to the Vatican, but I haven't been to the museum because we got there and the line was so very long. So we were like, yeah, that's not worth it. Not worth queuing for like 3-4 hours to get in. But I imagine, have you been there, Luca?
Yeah, have you been?
How does it compare to the Uffizi?
Yeah, let us know. Yeah. Oh man, the Vatican Museum. I would love to visit the library, the Vatican Library. I don't know if I'm allowed, but I would love to. I bet it's beautiful. Just beautiful.
But you wouldn't be allowed for what reason?
Well, I don't know if it's open to the public or not. I'm not sure. It could be. Yeah, when the last time I went to Rome, I went on a ghost tour.
Ooh, I've never been on a ghost tour. Did you like that?
Oh yeah, it was really fun. I will say that it was not so much a ghost tour as it was like a cultural tour where they talked about things that were creepy or spooky and like with local legends and old stories. So for example, we traveled around the city. They explained the Madonnina and what it represents and what it was there for. They talked about the different like popes and their families and some of the scary stories around those. It was interesting.
You prefer the Vatican's museum. You can admire with an E. Raffaello and Cappella Sistina, fantastic.
Ooh, really, really nice. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Okay, and
inside there you can see all the knowledge of humans. Yes, all human knowledge. Yeah.
All human knowledge, or if you want, you can say all the knowledge of human beings. Yeah.
Or of humanity.
Or of humanity. Good, good. Okay. If you were just joining us, hello, hello. I'm Kate, and this is Aaron. Oh. So I'm Aaron. This is Kate. And we are here today to talk to you about your favorite topics of conversation. And we have Ta-da!
He said, she said.
Good. Really nice. Okay. So we have
So,
he said, she said.
so this is an expression that we actually do use. He said, she said.
Mm-hmm.
When would you use it, Kate?
Yeah, I would, for example, if somebody is talking to me about the personal business of somebody else, I might say, oh, okay, but really, I'm not interested in the he said, she said. Okay.
Mhm.
So we use it as an expression. And what are some other situations where you might use this, Aaron?
Um, I suppose when I'd also use it if it's my word against somebody else's word, or if we're talking about two people, he said, she said, as in we can't really figure out who's right. It's just what his word against hers kind of thing.
Exactly. So when there is an event or something, and maybe one person describes it one way, and the other person describes it in a completely different way, um, then that's he said, she said. Yeah, good,
We
good.
don't know what the real truth is in it. So it's always connected to gossip. It's always connected to people's version of events somehow, I would say. Yes, excellent.
Okay, good. So he said, she said is an expression to indicate gossip. Reported speech. Really, really nice, Luca. Let me throw that up there. Yeah.
We're going to get to that soon.
Yeah. Okay, an expression to indicate gossip or conflicting reports of an event. Ta-da!
Fantastic.
Really good. Okay. So yeah, let's get started. Let's take a look at it. Okay. Can you read for me, Aaron?
He said, she said. In this focus activity, gossip, idiomatic phrases, and reported speech. Sorry, I just can't get over the size of this guy's ear. Like, because the funny thing is that his ear to begin with is very big. Like his left ear is very big to start, and then they made his right ear even bigger.
Yeah.
So it's just very funny.
It's fantastic. Also, I really appreciate the fact that you were able to give the correct left and right, despite the fact that the photo is mirrored. So that was clever. Welcome, everybody. If you are just joining us, please introduce yourself in the comment section and let us know what are your favorite topics of conversation. Okay, so let's take a look here. Read that.
Juicy gossip.
Why do we gossip? So let's have a chat about that. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. Why do we gossip?
Why do we gossip?
What do you think, Aaron?
It's a very good question. It's always difficult when you ask why questions with something so generic. I don't know. Like part of me think it's probably just curiosity. Like you're inherently curious about other people and what they are doing and what. And I suppose it's also you don't want to be left out somehow. You don't want to be left out of the loop, as we say. So maybe something's going on, you want to know what's happening around you, you don't want to be left out somehow, maybe. But sometimes it's because you just want to know, you're nosy, so you want to know stuff about other people. So it really depends. What do you think? Why do we gossip? Oh, Lucas says because we are all curious.
Yes, because we were all curious. Good. Yeah, watch the spelling there, Luca. That's really, really good. It's spelled like this. To be curious. Okay. To be curious is an adjective. And it looks like this, but that's perfect. Okay. We're all curious. And again, to be left out of the loop is to be excluded from something. Okay. All right. So, yeah. Okay. Definitely. I agree with you. I also think, and I'll give some vocabulary here, people like also to live vicariously through other people and their experiences. Hi, Fabio. Hey.
Hey, Fabio. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, Fabio. Welcome. Let us know what your favorite topics of conversation are in the comments, and good morning. Um, Also, yeah, you can tell us why you think people gossip in general. Yeah, I think it's to live vicariously.
So please give me a definition of vicariously because I don't think I've ever used it.
Really, to live vicariously through someone. So to have a second-hand experience through the life of another person.
Hmm.
So to live, that's how we
So
would.
it's something to do with empathy.
Yeah, I think so. I think, for example, if there are people who really like to gossip about the bad events or the trouble that other people experience,
Hmm.
and or maybe even the conflicts or the drama that other people experience, because it kind of it excites them. It makes
Hmm.
them feel like they're involved in the situation without having to experience any of the consequences of being
Hmm.
actually involved.
Or the actual
Um,
danger.
exactly. So they can kind of have that excitement or the adrenaline, and they feel like they're a part of something, but they don't actually have anything to do with the situation.
Hmm. Yeah,
Um,
yeah. That's a
so
very good
sometimes,
explanation.
yeah, maybe they're bored. Is what it comes down to. Maybe they're bored.
I
Um,
suppose so. And if you think about it, like the classic example of gossip is small town gossip. It's when you're, it's a very small town, there isn't much else to do,
mhm.
you're bored, and so all that's left to do is gossip. Yeah.
Yeah, you have a chat. Do you gossip, Aaron?
Now, Lisa would say I do.
Nice. Okay.
I
Well,
would say I don't so much, but yeah,
I
I don't know.
I think that I don't think you gossip, but I do think that if someone is gossiping around you, you will gossip with them.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. You always join in.
Yeah, of course. But in general, you don't. Like you don't initiate gossip as far as I can
No,
tell.
exactly. I won't go up to someone and be like, "Hey, you know what? Kate told me." No, like
No. No, I enjoy gossiping sometimes, not a lot, but I'm a human being, of course. Some
we all do.
things, yeah, I'm curious, and that goes back to what Luca said, yeah, and what you said, Aaron. I'm just curious. I want to know what's going on, and maybe also a little bored.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Good. Let's take another look. What's gossip, and in what situations do we gossip? Okay. All right. Go ahead and read that for me, Aaron.
What is gossip? In what situations do we gossip? Have you heard of any juicy gossip recently? What is hearsay? Is it often reliable information? Did I pronounce that correctly?
Hearsay.
Hearsay. Oh yeah,
Hearsay.
hearsay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh hi, it's Armenia.
Hi, Armenia. Welcome. Good morning. Let us know in the comments what are your favorite topics of conversation. And okay, Luca, I understand. No, it's okay. Um, and welcome, Armenia. Nice. Okay. So yeah, have you heard or read any juicy gossip recently? Yeah, when we say gossip is juicy, what does that mean?
Well, juicy gossip is like very interesting gossip. Gossip that immediately, the minute you hear it, you want to tell someone else.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
good gossip is juicy gossip.
Yeah, juicy
Uh,
gossip. It's interesting. Yeah.
Very interesting gossip.
Mhm.
I don't know. I can't say I've heard much gossip just because I'm stuck at home now, so I don't really have any possibility to talk around. But recently I heard rumors that obviously this is probably one of these conspiracy theories, but that is it Prince Philip,
Yeah.
the Queen's, that he actually died and no one's told us yet.
Why?
I don't know. This is what I heard.
Why? It makes no sense. There's no reason not to. Okay, that's funny though. Yeah, people they speculate about some of the wildest things.
Yes, exactly.
Um,
Like the Queen being a reptilian.
or that Trump is protecting us from the deep state. Anyway, okay. Yeah.
Our savior.
It's my face, like
Dying in the inside.
Yeah. Speaking of juicy gossip, if we're talking about political figures, the big juicy piece of gossip, which I don't really think is gossip because there's a video of it, was the recent presidential address in America regarding the coronavirus, in which there is footage that has been leaked of Donald Trump before and after his live presidential address, which was quite juicy and entertaining.
Why?
Yeah.
What happens?
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No, I haven't. No.
I don't want to get too political in here, but you should watch it. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
You should watch it, and if you're watching this and you have not seen that, you should give it a look. It's juicy. It's funny. Okay. Yes. Okay.
So tell us, please, in the comments, have you heard any recent juicy gossip?
Yeah. Share with us your juicy gossip about celebrities or about political figures. Okay. Let us know. Okay. Hearsay. So, Aaron, what is hearsay?
I'm actually not sure. I've never actually used this. But I imagine, again, it's similar to a rumor, a secondhand rumor.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Hearsay is secondhand information.
Secondhand information. So maybe a friend of a friend told you that maybe this happened, so not particularly reliable.
No, you don't think it's reliable information?
No. It really
No.
depends on who your sources are. Like if for example, it's secondhand, I don't know, a friend of yours told you what another friend of yours said, and you trust both of them, then maybe it's a little bit more reliable. But if it's, oh, my cousin told me that, someone you don't even know, you can't really. It really depends on how much you trust the people who have been reported.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree with you. I think I'm not sure if it's right or it's wrong, but for me personally, yeah, I do that. I take the character of the specific person into consideration. So if I hear that Aaron said ... I'll probably trust that more than if somebody I don't know or I don't trust has said something.
Exactly, yeah. Luca Ricci gives us some rumors. I heard some rumors that Prince Albert of Monaco, he has coronavirus.
Ooh. Well, I hope that he feels better soon if that is the case, because that is no fun.
No joke.
No joke, no fun. But yeah, okay, there we go. There's some
juicy
rumors.
gossip.
Juicy gossip. See, Luca, gossip can sometimes be a bit fun, yes, when we're talking about celebrities or the royal family. I personally think gossip is why people like the royal family.
It's the only reason why anybody would like the royal family, I think. Now, maybe I'm a bit biased because I'm Irish, so I'm not a big fan of the royal family. But so in general, every time I see news articles about the royal family, I die inside. It's because, like, I don't know, I see these big news, like the BBC, for example, reporting on a really trivial story about the royal family, and I'm like, why is this even a thing? Why are we even talking about this? I remember one time I was reading an article on the BBC. I even took a screenshot of it for how ridiculous it was, talking about how Meghan had how Meghan had closed her own car door, and this was somehow a scandal because royal family don't close their own car door. like somebody closes it for them and she broke protocol. And it's like, who cares? Who cares if she closed her own car door? Like, it just blows my mind how this is news. You know, so, but I feel like the English tabloids and English newspapers in general have had a bias against Meghan from day one.
I agree
So,
with you. Do you want
like,
to
she's always been portrayed terribly.
let's have a chat about gossip in the royal family, because I definitely agree. I feel strongly that because she represents herself as a contemporary woman, among other reasons, which I will not discuss here, that she has had a consistently poor depiction in the media, and it has been tragic. So I think it makes sense that they are fleeing to Canada right now.
Yes, I agree. I think it was a smart move.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, it makes sense, right? After Princess Diana and what happened there.
Yes, true.
It makes sense to protect her. So, okay.
Definitely.
Fantastic. Okay. So let's keep going. So go ahead, Rita.
Oh, the grapevine. Now, this is an expression that I have never used in my life. I only discovered it at this school. But apparently some people use it. I don't know. I don't think it's very common nowadays. But anyway, so we have some expressions on the left of the screen and the definitions on the right. I would like you in the comments to match them. Yeah, we have to hear something on the grapevine, to badmouth someone, to be the talk of the town. A little bird told me, and there's no smoke without fire. I like this one.
Ooh, yeah, me too. Okay. If you're just joining us, please don't forget to introduce yourselves so we can say hi, and also let us know some of your favorite topics of conversation. Okay. Yeah, so let's get some examples, Erin, of the different ways we can use these things. So to hear about something on the grapevine, there is a very famous song by Aretha Franklin. I heard it through the grapevine, and I'm just about to lose my mind. So it's kind of like this thing that you hear, okay? So, for example, I could say, I heard it through the grapevine that, what was it? Prince Albert of Monaco has coronavirus. I heard it through the grapevine, guys.
Yeah, excellent. Exactly. I heard it through the grapevine that Meghan is escaping to Canada. I don't know. It's actually official news, but
yeah, that's official news.
yeah, never mind. So not a very good use of it. Let's give an example with badmouth. Hey, Kate, I've heard that Sophia has been badmouthing you behind your back.
I believe you.
No, it's not true. This is an unreliable rumor.
Yeah, I know. You're the worst. When it comes to Sophia, you are both the most reliable and the least reliable. Okay, good. Yeah. I heard that, I don't know, I'm going to invent that Gigi Gorgeous on YouTube was bad-mouthing James Charles. Pop culture references. Okay.
I know James Charles. I don't know Gigi. What was the first one?
Gigi Gorgeous.
I don't know Gigi Gorgeous.
We could have a chat sometime about that.
Is he another makeup beauty influencer or YouTuber?
Gigi Gorgeous, she is an influencer, a bit of a beauty guru, but no, that's not her primary thing. She's more of a vlogger and a personality.
Okay.
Like talking head. 1 to 2.
So I imagine heard it through the grapevine to hear rumor from friends.
Okay. And can I get a drum roll, please? Ta-da!
Yes, very good, Luca, very good. And to badmouth someone, Luca says to criticize someone behind their back. Very good. Excellent. And now we have the talk of the town. Let's use this in context.
Yeah. So, I hear that what is that pizza place? Spacco Napoli?
Spacco Napoli, yeah.
Yeah, it's the talk of the town.
Yes, or I don't know.
Mhm.
Ooh, when they opened the new Lego store, that was the talk of the town.
That was, oh man. Okay, so we have Fabio over here. We have one. B. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
2A, 3D. So he says the talk of the town is the subject or person everyone is talking about. Yes, excellent.
Yes.
Good job, Fabio. Exactly. Like, so for example, when they opened the Lego store, everybody was talking about, oh my God, they're opening a Lego store in Bologna. Yeah. So all of Bologna was talking about the new Lego store.
Yes, good.
Also, have you been to the Lego store?
No, of course, but I haven't actually played with the Legos.
No, I haven't either. There was a bunch of kids playing with them, so I couldn't put them away and play with them myself.
Excuse me, children, it's my turn. Okay, good. So we have
4-3, and the same thing that Fabio said. So a little bird told me, used when the speaker doesn't want to reveal the source of his or her information. Yes, very good.
Yes, good. Okay.
And finally, go ahead.
No, go ahead. And finally,
there is no smoke without fire when there is justifiable reason to criticize someone.
Great, good. So let's have a chat really quick about some of these. So one thing about A Little Bird Told Me is it can be positive and negative. So for example, if you want to be cute with someone, you can say, a little bird told me it was your birthday yesterday, so happy birthday, have a birthday card. That's a positive use. Okay. A negative use is, a little bird told me you didn't show up for work yesterday. And that is negative.
Not nice, not nice. Especially if it's coming from your boss.
Then you get fired.
And somebody ratted you out.
They rat. That's a good one. Let's put
rat someone out.
To rat someone out. I love it. What does it mean to rat someone out?
Also, you also have be a snitch.
Oh, to be a snitch. It's such good vocabulary. To be a snitch. Okay, what does it mean? What does it mean?
It's when you're supposed to keep a secret, but you don't keep the secret and you tell on someone. So for example, someone arrives late at work and he says, guys, I'm sorry I'm so late, but no one, don't tell the boss. But then someone secretly goes to the boss and says, he arrived late.
Yeah.
So it's a niche, to rat someone out.
To rat someone out or to be a snitch. When you're supposed to keep a secret, but you don't. Oh, yeah. To rat someone out is, of course, the action. To be a snitch, you can also use snitch as a verb, to snitch on someone. And yes. What about there's no smoke without fire? Aaron, let's talk about that.
So I would use this. So I always see this used when you say a rumor, when you come out with a rumor that is very ridiculous, right? And somebody says, "Oh, come on, that can't be true." And then the response is, "There's no smoke without a fire," to mean like maybe this is a bit ridiculous, but there must be some truth, somewhere in the story. So it's like, yeah, I see it used when there's some really exaggerated or over the top comments or rumors.
Yes.
Would you use it in the same context?
Yes, absolutely. That's 100% the way I would use it too. Yeah, and also I would say I had an example.
And you lost it.
I did, because there's a bee outside of my window, and the window is open, so I'm looking at the open window and the sound of the bee, and I'm thinking to myself, oh dear. Oh dear.
If the bear, if the stream ends prematurely, it's because the bee has entered the room.
And I have burned my apartment to the ground. So yeah, exactly. I totally agree with you, Erin. Yeah, when you're looking for the truth in something. So typically, yeah, when there are accusations leveled against someone, or even I think most commonly, so it goes back to he said, she said. When you're trying to understand what is the truth, okay, what happens with a particular event? If somebody makes an accusation against someone else, and that person says no way, well, you have to sometimes say, okay, but there's no smoke without fire, so something happened. It's unclear what happened, but we know something did because there's evidence to suggest that. Okay.
Exactly. By the way, if anybody's watching, if you want to give us an example using one of these phrases, please do so in the comments. Yeah.
Absolutely.
If you have any more juicy gossip.
Yeah, let us know. Keep telling us your juicy gossip. Man, I should have that should be the introduction. Tell us all about the juicy gossip.
Tell us all the juicy gossip.
Okay. So
let's go into reported speech.
Okay, read for me.
We use reported speech to report what someone has said at an earlier time.
Okay.
Convert these direct speech statements into reported speech.
There we go. Okay, so let's have a chat about reported speech, shall we? Okay, what is reported speech, Erin?
It's when you talk about what someone said. So you don't say exactly, you don't quote them directly, but you talk about what they said. So you talk about them in the third person, or what they said in the third person, right? So if they said I, we say he or she.
Exactly. Yeah, we put it in the third person. What else do we do?
We change the verb. We usually push everything back a step in time because we're reporting what that person said in a moment in the past. So if they used the present simple, we're going to use the past simple. Exactly, push it back a notch. If they use the past simple, we'd use the past perfect. Yeah, a time before another time.
Yeah, so if my coworker says, I'm sorry, I'm going to be late, can you tell the boss? I will say, okay, she said she was going to be late.
Exactly. So obviously you're reporting what that person said at a later date. So you're saying what she said or he said before. So
yeah. Remember when we talk about time in English, for us, time is a bit different than it is in Italian. The very moment after something happens is the past for us. And that also the next moment in time, even 1 second in the future, is the future. So we use the grammar, the past simple, the past continuous. We use the future simple or the present continuous to talk about the future. Even though it happened 1 second in the past or 1 second in the future. Keep that in mind. So why don't you guys give it a try? Try number 1 in the comment section. Put it into the third person, okay? And then 1 step into the past and let us know in the comments below what you
Exactly. So choose he or she or they said. Yeah. And remember that you're looking back at this moment from a different time and a different place. Yeah. You're far away in time and place.
Good. Read that for me.
He said he doesn't mind this club. So again, we need to move a step back in time. So present simple becomes past simple. Fabio has another example, another answer. He mentioned past simple, that he didn't like the club. Yes, good. Exactly.
Yes.
If you want to directly change this, we would say that. Yeah, because you're distant in time and in place. Yeah.
Good
He
job.
said he didn't like that club.
Perfection.
Right. Well done, Fabio. Good correction. So let's go with number 2. I wrote a book. So if I say I wrote a book,
Okay.
change it into the reported speech.
Let's see. While they're answering these questions, do you have any favorite quotes you'd like to tell us in reported speech? Any inspirational quotes?
Ooh.
Mhm.
You put me on the spot here. I'm trying to think of any inspirational quotes I know. Hmm.
Do you want me to buy you some time?
Yes, please.
Sure, okay. Hello, if you're just joining us, welcome to the stream. Please go ahead and introduce yourself in the comments. We also have a response by Luca Ricci here. He said he'd written a book. He had written a book. Fantastic, Luca Ricci. Well done.
Excellent.
Okay. Really, really good. In this case, it's a she, but it could be a he or a they. It's the gender. Okay, good.
Excellent. Right. Well done. In this case, we have the past simple, so we move a step back, so we go past perfect.
Well done, Luca. Really, really
excellent. Good. And here, where is Louis or Luis? It really annoys me how in the slides we do have a reoccurring character called Luis and not Louis. Because I would naturally just say Luis, but no, it's Luis because it has a Spanish origin or something. I don't know. I found it really confusing.
Oh, it's Luis, yeah, because if you put Lewis would be like Lewis.
Really?
Yes, at least in America.
Do you think it maybe has different spellings, the name Louis?
Yes, because there's also Louis, which originally was pronounced Louis.
Yes, you're right.
And then we, in America, we pronounce it Lewis.
It's actually interesting how there are so many different ways to pronounce certain names or to spell certain names. Oh, we have some answers here from Fabio and Luca. Mm-hmm. She asked where Louis was, and he asked where Louis was. Yeah. Where was Louis?
Word order, yeah.
Exactly. So this is actually quite interesting because when we're reporting the question, we're not actually putting the question mark. Mm-hmm. So the sentence structure remains normal.
Yeah, you don't have to invert it, so you can keep it the same. So because it's a statement, it's not a question. Yeah, good. Okay, really, really good. But both of you, really well done. Good. Let's take a look. Ta-da!
Exactly. Here we don't invert again because it's an indirect question. It's you're reporting what he said, not directly asking the question again. Yeah, go for the next one. But what I was saying earlier with the names, for example, my brother, his name is Dylan, and there are at least 2 or 3 different ways of spelling his name. But it's pronounced the same way, you know, whether it's with a Y, with an I, with 2 L's, with an O.
It's true. And I think people over time, in order to distinguish themselves, have spelled their names in a lot of different ways, but the pronunciation is the same, yeah. Good. Okay. Yeah, number 4, go ahead and put that in reported speech for us. And while you do that, I will tell you my favorite inspirational quote. So in reported speech, John Keats said that a proverb is no proverb at all until it is illustrated in a man's life. So what that means is you can hear something that sounds really, really intelligent, but until you experience it, it really doesn't mean anything to you.
Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, Armenia, good job. Okay. Fabio said he can't wait for the next Mayas event.
I'm sure Fabio said it. You know, I can't wait for the next Mayas event as well.
Armenia, that was perfection. Great spelling. And yes, Good grammar.
But in this case, we would use the past simple. The past simple of can is couldn't.
Yeah, watch the modals. Yeah, don't forget that can becomes couldn't. Good. All right, one last one.
I was playing football.
Yes,
Good, Luca. She told me she couldn't wait for the next MyS event. Excellent.
That was really, really good.
Good job. Good job. And finally, I was playing football. Do you like football, Kate?
Yes,
I mean
like
soccer. Sorry.
Oh, never mind. Just kidding. I like football. I like both kinds. Yeah, I'm a fan of La Roma.
Okay. Why La Roma of all?
I don't know. I love the I love Rome. I love the Roman spirit. That was
the colors.
I love it. Well, yes, obviously the colors, but I don't know. It just Forza Magica. They've got that magic spirit.
Okay, nice, nice. I've never really liked football. Do you watch American football?
Yes, and I'm a huge fan of American football. I watched it with my father though, so I think that's why.
Do you have a favorite team?
Yes, I am a fan of the New York Jets, which is a tragedy because they never win.
Anything.
No, that's not true. They do win something, but they never win the Super Bowl, which is the most important. That is like the championship match they have every year in America. And yeah, so my dad, he saw them win the Super Bowl once when he was 13 and never again. Okay. Okay, we have Luca. Read that for me, Aaron.
He said he had played football. Not quite correct. Edwina has another option. She said that he had been playing football.
Yes. Okay.
Very good.
Very, very well done. Yeah. Yeah, you want to keep the forms the same. So if the quote is "I was playing football," remember that playing will stay continuous. So all you do is you just shift it back when, so you don't have to make it simple. Erminia, that's perfectly correct. She said that he had been playing. Right, so that's past perfect continuous.
Exactly. Very simple trick. If there is a present in the tense name, put it into past. So present past continuous. This is past perfect continuous. Present continuous, past continuous. So move it back a step.
Yeah, exactly.
So he said he had been playing football. Exactly.
Exactly. Good.
This is the classic, question like, "What were you doing at the time of the murder?" "Oh, it wasn't me. I was playing football."
Yeah.
And so in the official report, you'd write he had been playing football.
Yeah.
Or maybe he hadn't. Dun, dun, dun.
That is quite an example.
I know, right?
Let's just go to the end. We're almost finished here. Ordinarily, what we would do is we would have an exercise here, and we would interview each other. We would have you in your groups interview one another. So how about you interview us?
Yes.
If you have any burning questions for Aaron and I, please leave them in the comments here.
And we will answer your questions about us. Please ask for a juicy gossip.
Yeah, please.
We will happily say it publicly on YouTube.
And it's recorded too, so it will be
absolutely
memorialized as well.
Also, we have an expression here: celebrities prepare a short statement to present at a press conference, shedding some light on the recent allegations against you. Shedding some light. What does this mean? To shed some light.
Great question. To shed some light means to reveal the truth in some way, right? To give some insight or to give some information that could make a situation more clear. Okay.
Yeah, shed some light. Also, an allegation, maybe someone might not know. An allegation is when it's an unconfirmed accusation. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. An unconfirmed accusation. Okay. And then so let's take a look at an allegation looks like this, an unconfirmed accusation, and to shed some light on something, okay, which is to provide some insights on a mysterious topic. Okay, we are out of time.
Yes. Thank you very much for joining us. It's been a lovely webinar.
Thank you all so much. And remember, very, very quickly, if you have not yet, please go on Facebook and like the page Maya's SOS English. If you have any burning grammar questions, you can leave it in the comment section of that Facebook page, and we have teachers checking it daily. Thank you so much, and have a great afternoon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.